Hey guys, Mike here. So today's cult classic review is 1979's Mad Max, starring Mel Gibson as Max. So Mad Max is set in a post-apocalyptic Australia, where something happens and now the world's kind of like this. I don't know, it's really vague. In Mad Max, we follow Max, who's a police officer, I guess, and he's been hunted down by a gang after killing one of their members. And so we have Mad Max. So guys, this is a movie in this series that before watching it and reviewing it today, I had not seen it before. My biggest exposure to Mad Max was watching Mad Max Fury Road when that first came out. And with Mad Max Fury Road, I acknowledge that it is a really well-made movie. It has probably some of the best practical effects I've ever seen in a movie. My biggest problem is, it's just boring as hell. Sure, having loads of cars and explosions is fun, but if your plot is uninteresting, then I'm not really going to pay attention. The plot of Mad Max Fury Road is literally drive, go left, drive some more, turn back, drive some more, the end. And that's literally the whole plot of the movie. I acknowledge that a lot of people love that movie, it's just I'm not one of them. But still, nonetheless, I was looking forward to seeing the original Mad Max. If they had some decent practical effects, then this movie would have been good enough to get a pass from me. Unfortunately, for the most part, this is not the case. Because sure, the opening chase scene where there's loads of cars and explosions and gunfights and all that was fine, you know, and was really well done and really well directed. The problem is, the rest of the movie is nothing like this. Sure, they have the odd bits and bobs, but for the most part, it's just watching a bunch of people standing around and talking about a load of crap, and then, like, Mel Gibson going on a holiday. And my biggest thing with Mad Max, for most of the runtime of this movie, I was wondering, why is it called Mad Max? Because of all the characters, he seems the most sane. It's like calling American Psycho chill guy. It just doesn't make any sense. However, just halfway into the third act, you do see why this movie is called Mad Max. And he does go mad, I guess, but I found it was kind of tame, because I was expecting so much more from Mad Max. Because this was rated 18, though I imagine it was more of a 1979 18. So these days it would probably just come under a 12 or something. Honestly guys, Mad Max left pretty much no impression on me. Other than Max, I couldn't name a single character in this movie. And I don't really want to look it up. Because if this Mad Max movie was good, I was probably going to rewatch Mad Max Fury Road to see maybe if I got my impressions wrong the first time around and maybe it might be better the second time around. But honestly, after watching this one, I never want to see another Mad Max movie. Though, I mean, if they released another Mad Max, I'd probably end up going to see it anyway. But still, I have no intention of actively seeking out the other ones. Would I consider Mad Max a personal cult classic, and would I recommend that you guys should see it? Honestly, I was willing to give Mad Max a chance, and as it was kind of progressing, I thought, oh, maybe this is just a bit of a slow burner. But in the end, this turned out to be quite uneventful and very boring for myself. And honestly, I'd really go so far as to say, as I don't really see much of the hype for this one. I can definitely see a lot of the hype surrounding Mad Max Fury Road, but this one, no, not really. And as for recommending you guys to see it, honestly, I would definitely not recommend watching this one. Sure, some of the action was decent, but that's all this movie's got. If you've watched and loved the Mad Max franchise, then great, you know, more power to you. But for myself personally, I really didn't like Mad Max. Okay guys, that's my cult classic review of Mad Max. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever you think, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!